game against Altrincham. Gateshead versus Altrincham, that is. My name's Stephen Garrison, joined by Mark Carruthers. The rain is just starting to come down here, Mark, at Gateshead International Stadium. But both sets of players have gone through quite an intense warm-up this afternoon. Or this evening, should I say.
Third time lucky. Yeah, I mean, look, I kind of thought the game was going to be a bit unpredictable anyway. But this weather, this rain coming down just, 50 minutes before kickoff, probably adds even more unpredictability to it as well. So it's going to be a really interesting game tonight. It always is when Gateshead play Altrincham. It's always goals guaranteed, isn't it? It's always entertainment.
Goals and controversy. I can go back about 23 years, maybe even actually more, maybe 25 years, where Keith Fletcher scored a goal from the edge of the box and it went straight down the middle of the goalkeeper, underneath him and underneath the net. And Gateshead went on to lose that game and ultimately lose the top spot to Altrincham, who got promotion that year. So there's been contentious moments between the sides. Hopefully nothing like that tonight.
Well, we hope not. We hope not. But like I say, the conditions, the way they've gone now, it has bucketed down. It looks like it's just passing. Just trying to judge which way the clouds are.
Yeah,
if it is,
that way, yeah.
If it is, it's blue sky.
It just went past us, but it's going to be hopefully nice and hot on the pitch. Gateshead, if you want to class them as the entertainers, there's lots of goals there, Mark, at the moment. Defensively, there is goals conceded as well, but you can't complain at the moment. It's given entertainment, and they're coming out on the right end of the games as well at this moment in time.
Yeah, I thought Alan Armstrong's pre-match interview was intriguing, where he was talking about he knew that it would be adventurous, he knew that they'd play attacking football and be entertaining, and he was just a bit concerned about the goals going in the other end as well. So, that's the area for improvement for...
But as I say, Alan Armstrong, when he did take over, he did say it would be a more youthful side and that these players would have to learn on the fly. And I'll go through the Gateshead team sheet. Tiernan Brooks in goal, Callum Johnson, David Ferguson, Kenton Richardson, and Will Flint. Kane Adam, Frank Newbley, Fenton John, Kyle Hurst, Connor Panney, and Harry Chapman. On the bench is George Shelby, Max Sheaf, Josh Holm, Ethan Fitzhugh, Ben Williams, Callum Bowen, and Ollie Thompson. The bench does have a lot of youth on its side, but on the pitch as well, there is the Fenton John and Connor Panney, who, probably with Will Flint, don't have the most experience at this level. And those are the players that are going to have to keep the concentration in the middle of the park tonight.
Yeah, I mean, there still has to be a degree of patience with them. They are still finding their feet at this level. They are still looking to, establish themselves as National League players, but it'll come. The good players, we've seen that already, but there is going to be a sharp learning curve during the early months of this season. So, the same with Callum Bowen, and we spoke about him before we came on air, didn't we? How he had a great pre-season and then sort of came in the got a bit of a sharp shock on the first day of the season against Southend United. So his learning process is now well underway, as is the likes of your Fenton Johns and Kyle Hursts and Will Flint and players like that. But it'll they'll learn. They've got a good manager. They've got an experienced manager.
It's the best way to learn, isn't it? I mean, I know everybody's academy is different, and we're seeing players come through ours. We've often took players on loan from Sunderland, Middlesbrough, and Newcastle, obviously being neighbours. And sometimes they aren't the finished article, and that's why they've came here to get man's football. And sometimes the expectations on young players can be a little bit high, especially when they come from a bigger club's academy.
And you've got to have the... I said something I shouldn't there. You've got to have the ability to cope with that, shall we say. Because it is a pressure. It is difficult. But at the same time, what an opportunity to have here. And you look at players that Gateshead have got in this squad that will learn this season and they'll be better for it.
Well, certainly as well. The Gateshead players have went down the tunnel, as have the visitors. We'll go through Altrincham side. Now, Luke Hutchinson in goal, Lewis Banks, Captain Lewis Baines, Elliot Osborne, who's a fantastic player. Every time I've commentated on him. There's Isaac Marriott, James Gale, Keaton Ward, Jimmy Knowles, Kirill Redden, Tyler Golden, and Dan Sassy. On the benches, Ollie Crankshaw, Matty Cusolo, Remy Raymond, Lucas Weaver, Sam Barnes, Louis Fallon, and Charlie Kirk. And maybe not the start of the season Altrincham probably thought they were going to go for this year, but they have lost two massive names in the summer, in Newby and Linney. And, we know how creative, we know how dangerous they are. It's a big ask to replace players like that.
Yeah, there's a few others gone as well in the Football League. So, but then you look, there's still plenty of experience in there. The likes of, Lewis Baines as captain, Elliot Osborne, Keaton Ward. There's experience in there still. The biggest plus point at Altrincham is the manager. For me, is one of the best managers in the National League, and that's not something I say easily, by the way. But I've watched his journey from Nantwich Town and what he did there with a fantastically entertaining side that always did well in cup competitions, were always a threat in the Northern Premier League, and really were one of the most entertaining sides at that level. Obviously, he's established himself firmly now at Altrincham. They've really established themselves as genuine playoff contenders for over a number of seasons now. And I just think he's done a wonderful job. Yes, it is a bit of an adverse summer for them with the losses, which is obviously something Gateshead know about. But I've got no doubt under Phil Parkinson they'll put a strong side together. They have put a strong side together. That'll be a real danger in the league this season.
Yeah, and I'm sure if there's any Altrincham fans tuned in, they'll not want to hear this statement, but a manager you would think is destined for the Football League in the not too near future, if it isn't with Altrincham, of course. Just having a little look around, so we've got some messages coming in on our YouTube stream. This is the 59th non-league meeting between Gateshead and Altrincham, and they're the most played opposition as well. So 20 wins for Gateshead, 9 draws, and 29 wins for the opposition. So it's fairly even. Obviously, Altrincham just edging it there on the stats, but always a good game here against Altrincham. And it's a market that you've been down to Altrincham's ground. It's a lovely setup down there as well, isn't it?
It's a proper ground. It's when that place is when it's jumping, it's one of the best in the league, I think. They're just a great non-league club, aren't they? One of the great names in non-league football. And you look at the FA Cup exploits they've had. You look at everything they've achieved and getting at this level in recent years and establishing themselves at this level. And it's been done the right way. It hasn't been done by just lumping money left, right, and centre. They've developed players. They've brought players, from sort of the Northern Premier Leagues and stuff like that, and really developed them into an established
and
national
even players from within the league as well. I mean, Ryan Colliclough is just a name you can pluck out the air. Obviously he went there and played well, and then ultimately went on to Chesterfield in the Football League. We have got a message from Ben Allison on our YouTube stream. If you'd like to message us on YouTube, let us know where you're listening from the world. Also, a like and subscribe would be very, very nice. And also, if you are listening on YouTube, you can watch tonight's game on DAZN. You can go on and register. I believe it's $14.99 for the month. Now the offer has finished, but you can get every game that isn't a 3 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday, home game or away game. So well worth doing if you want to watch your team play either home or away at a game you cannot get to midweek. So please do join us on there, and you'll have our lovely commentary there as well.
So it's not all positive.
It's not all positive. But one thing I'll look at as positive here, Mark, we've got the team sheet in front of us, and Altrincham are one of the few clubs that still have like a proper vintage, old-fashioned badge. and if anyone's from Altrincham listening in, any of the directors or anything, please never change it. There's too many clubs change the badge these days willy-nilly, and I think Altrincham, stick with that curve, keep that badge. It's very, very nice. So yes, but we are about 6 minutes away from kickoff. We're waiting the teams to come back out here at Gateshead International Stadium. I've got to say, Mark, we revealed to some people, we were on ITV News live tonight being interviewed before the game, and they had a massive camera operator with all the equipment, all the bells and whistles. The reporter has stayed, and he's just using a phone to record the rest of it.
The wonders of modern technology, isn't it?
It certainly is, Mark, and I'll let you into a little secret. I bought a camera for £400, and it's not as good as my phone. So there we go. But please do, you still got time, go and get yourself a little drink, go and get yourself a cup of coffee, maybe even open a tin, a bottle of wine, whatever is your tipple, and sit down and relax, and hopefully we can bring you all the action. Well, we're going to bring you all the action. Hopefully goals galore and lots of talking points. It's always a pleasure to be with you, whether it is on the Heat On Me podcast or live on National League TV on DAZN, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining us and taking your time to make the effort to be with us, because we really do appreciate it. We've got Liv Walden has sent us a message as well on our audio on YouTube, so please do. Also as well, we will be back with the Heat On Me podcast live at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, talking about Saturday's game, and of course we'll be talking about the game here today against Altrincham. So please do tune in, and Altrincham fans are welcome as well to join us. We'd love to hear from you what your thoughts and perspective were on the game here tonight, and also if you agree with me with never change your badge. So on that one, we'll go through the team sheets very, very soon. But Mark, as I say, the reason why the news was here earlier on is because Gateshead have made a very good start to the season. A win tonight could see them go as high as 4th in the league. It's an exciting time, but expectations have to be kept in check.
Yeah, I think I said earlier, Tim, that it's kind of cautious optimism. You don't want to get too full blown with it. There are bigger tests to come. This is one of them, by the way. I think this will be a real stern test of Gateshead in a number of ways. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they cope with it. You know, you look at the side, and there are players that have played at this level and done well at this level, but it is about the ones we mentioned earlier who are still finding their feet. They're going to be really tested tonight, because there's some great players in that at Altrincham side, some established National League players on that side, and some that know exactly what it takes to win a game at this level.
Well, we'll go right through that team now. Altrincham line up with Luke Hutchinson in goal, wearing number 30. Lewis Banks wears number 2. The captain, Lewis Baines, wears number 4. Elliot Osborne, number 6. Isaac Marriott, number 8. James Gale, number 9. Keaton Ward wears number 10. Number 11 is Jimmy Knowles. Number 20, Kirill Redden. Tyler Golden wears 23, and Dan Sassy 34. On the bench is Ollie Crankshaw, Matty Cusolo, Remy Raymond, Lucas Weaver, Sounds, Louis Fallon, and Charlie Kirk. And Gateshead line up like this. Tiernan Brooks in goal, wearing number 1. Number 2 is Callum Johnson. Number 3 is David Johnson. The captain, Kenton Richardson, wears number 5. Will Flint wears number 6. Kane Adam, number 7. Frank Newbley wears the 14 shirt. Fenton John, 20. Kyle Hurst, 21. Connor Panny, 26. And Harry Chapman completes the lineup wearing the number 32 shirt. On the bench is George Shelby, Max Sheaf, Josh Holm, Ethan Fitzhugh, Ben Williams, Callum Bone, and Ollie Thompson. And just looking on that, there are 2 names actually that have come through the academy on the bench. It is positive signs to see that there is players worthy of being there as well.
3, Ben Williams as well.
Ben Williams, Ben Williams might be one as well. Sorry, I'm doing a disservice there.
Yeah, I think this is what clubs at this level have to do. You have to develop players and either sell them on or make them, players that can cope at this level. You're not going to get clubs, especially clubs like Gateshead, who can go out and spend fortunes. That ship's kind of sailed. So you've got to look at alternative methods. Well,
we are going to be kicking off with Altrincham shooting towards the fell end. They're in a yellow shorts with black tops. And we've got Gateshead in white and black. And we've got John Ollie. Not seen you guys play this season. Hope Gateshead can get a win. And lovely to hear from John Ollie, of course, father of Greg Ollie, who had a fantastic stint here at the club. So a big thank you for John for listening in. But we are about to get underway. As I said, the visitors for our audio listeners are in black strips with yellow finish on them. Should I say yellow dashes across the front, yellow socks and shorts. Gateshead in there, white and black, black socks, black shorts. So we are all set. We're just waiting for the referee to get us underway here for this Enterprise National League action. Gateshead versus Altrincham. Altrincham go along and go searching out to the left-hand side. They win the header and nod it down. Gateshead do manage to put it out, though, quickly from Connor Panny.
Going to be a really difficult night for the centre-back, defence in both sides with how slippy the surface is now. I've seen a couple players go over already.
We know there's been a lot of rain this afternoon here on Tyneside, and the pitch was heavily watered as well before the game. Then we had that just heavy burst for 5 minutes. So the pitch is slick. And Altrincham just played over the top, looking for the run of a forward there, but brought down in midfield. And now it is Redden, who has the ball right hand side, just jinks and plays it back. And now Sassy can play it across the defence. As Lewis Bain seems to have been at Altrincham for forever. This is a name on the team sheet that's always there. But Gale battling on the far side, and good work from Connor Panny to hold him off. Of course, Connor Panny has been a player of many positions, and you just hope he can nail down one and make it his own.
It's a Swiss Army knife, isn't he? Just got a little bit of everything that he can do. Has experience of playing centre back. Did it at Blythe Spartans. Let's see how he does.
Kane Adam holding the ball up well in midfield. Flint tries to put the ball forward for Newbley, but he would have been about 5 yards offside, and it's a goal kick as the ball rolls out the corner flag.
I'm not entirely sure he got anywhere near it anyway.
No, way too much played on it. Sassy plays it to Lewis Banks, who had made a powerful run forward there before. Banks looks to play it up to Gale. Gale battling with Kent Richardson. The ball bounces out of play for a Gateshead throw right in front of the dugout. Quickly taken, just too much on it. And now they can bring the ball forward as Redden drives forward, lays off to Gale, who's peeled to this right-hand side of the box. Banks is on the overlap, and he does give it to him, puts a cross in there, off a Gateshead defender, I think it's off Ferguson, and out for a corner.
Just switched off there, Gateshead. The throw-in wasn't the right option, and then just switched off someone tracking back, or didn't track back. A little bit of a let-off that one, I've got to be honest.
I think if Banks' delivery had been a little bit higher, they would have been in a lot of trouble there. But it is going to be
some big options in that box.
Ward to take the corner here to our right-hand side. 3 minutes gone, 0-0. In comes the delivery. It's a looping one towards the back post. There's a free hit. Didn't get it on target. And the second one is deflected over for another corner. Really, Gateshead let off the hook again there.
Massively let off the hook, yeah.
If he had got a decent contact with that, that was going to ripple the back of the net.
Just weren't switched on at all there, Gateshead. And as I say, there's options, big options at the back post here. Brooks has got to be decisive. He's going to come for it. He's got to come.
Marriott was offering a short one, but it's going to go deep again, very deep. It's going to bounce through, and now Altrincham can put it back in there. Oh, Gale was waiting to try and volley that one, but the clearance finds its way to Kane Adam, but the resultant ball has been kicked out of play by Altrincham.
Yeah, it could be a one to watch tonight for Gateshead, that delivery.
Yeah, I'd say that was two fantastic deliveries, and Gateshead defence didn't really read it. There was two Altrincham players did peel off each time. But it's been a fast start.
Got to say Altrincham settled better.
Good following from Altrincham as well. We're just hearing them to our left-hand side in the tiny weir stand here. Ball launched up and it's bounced over everybody. It's going to be played all the way back to Hutchinson. Takes a touch. Plays it out to the far side and back to Hutchinson it comes. Sassy shows and Gateshead trying to close down from the front, but the ball forward looking for Gale. Kent Richardson can nod it back inside. Nodded on again by Fenton John, but it's going to fall in midfield to Osborne. Now it's on the far side. Look to Kane Adam do a crucial interception there as they try and build now, and the ball forward as Callum Johnson strides forward with the ball, gets past another player right hand side, and there's a good tackle. Put the ball out for a throw-in on the far side.
Brilliant from Johnson. You get the feeling I've not really seen too much of him yet, Dave, because I missed the two games when he's got game time here. But from what you've been saying, he's looked right at home.
He certainly has. He's flying wing back as Gateshead like to have, and he's certainly got a few tricks up his sleeve. But tried to play it forward for Kane Adam, who loses his footing. And he's down injured at the moment, but the game is played on. Ball played forward. Tiernan Brooks quickly to the edge of his box to get that one. Kane Adam is back up. Have to be a little bit stronger there. And so these are the type of pitches where the tackle does have to be timed perfect, because you can be carried on the surface. There's Gateshead. Pani gives to Fenton John in the centre circle, puts it out now to Hurst. Hurst tries to play it forward for Chapman. The ball deflected, but good run from Fenton John to come over, but he didn't get there. And Gale holds it up. Fenton John back to try and harass, but Gale does fantastic. Gets past two Gateshead players. Right hand side, the box doesn't have many players in. Now comes in the cross, but Fenton John covers it and puts it out for a corner, and a little bit too easy for Gale there to get past.
He's done well, to be fair to Gale, win the initial tackle and then beating two Gateshead players. Possibly just had to hesitate getting the crossing, didn't he?
I think he just got on the wrong side of the defenders for them and able to run into that space, but Fenton John covering the cross. Well, the resultant throw is Banks has the ball aloft. Gateshead just need to ride this little bit of wave of pressure. That's lovely footwork there. And they tried to thread it through and they have. Redden goes for this first time shot. And they didn't really keep Ward's ball through there. And at the minute, they have settled fantastically, Altrincham.
Yeah, Miles on top, aren't they here? Gateshead riding, I wouldn't say riding a storm, sorry, but more sort of just an awkward period of the game for them. See what they do with this set piece.
Well, we've already seen two fantastic deliveries in. I'd imagine we might see the same type again, and we are. It's going right towards the back post, headed back across and behind, and Gateshead just not really coping with that one.
That one was better because what they've done is a Kenton Richardson.
Yeah.
What he's done there is he hasn't tried to win the ball. He's just tried to affect the jump without fouling the player.
Yeah.
So he's made it awkward for him, which is what you have to do.
But it's a very dangerous cross. Very dangerous cross. When you've got big men like Altrincham have, they're going to try and utilise that. Brooks with the goal kick. Nodded forward by Altrincham. Gale brings it down well, brings his teammate into play. Flint trying to win possession back as Connor Pani nods it down to Callum Johnson, gets past his man and cuts inside. He tries to beat another man, gets it to Kane Adam, brings it down, runs inside, gives it to Chapman. Chapman has Ferguson on this left-hand side. The ball had to be better, and Redden's tracking back paid off, intercepted the ball. But all that starting from the driving run of Callum Johnson at right back.
Yeah, that was poor though, wasn't it? You could tell the pass wasn't on there for Chapman. If anything, he should have maybe drove towards the edge of the box.
Well, Banks plays the ball back to Sassy. Across the centre of defence to Lewis Baines, who can take a touch and carry it forward. Just seeing Newell start to get involved now on that left-hand side. Osborne is dropping deep as well to sit in front of the back four, but the ball through. Oh, and it's a slip. And there, that just shows you the surface there. Ward was nearly through. Cleared by Gateshead.
Very much second best at the moment. Gateshead haven't really got going yet.
Not picking up the second ball at all, are they, at the moment? But Gale with another fantastic hold-up play there, and it's going to be played through. And fortunately for Gateshead, there was no one making a run there for that ball through, and Tiernan Brooks can just collect that up. But yeah, the second ball has to be gathered by Gateshead if they're going to try and get any foothold in the possession stakes in this game.
10 minutes gone. They haven't really laid a punch on Altrincham yet, have they? They know about the visitors.
It's looked very comfortable for Altrincham so far as the ball played forward. Kane Adam. The rain is starting to come down again. Yeah.
If you look towards the floodlights, it's
it's starting to come in from the banks of the River Tyne. That's another dynamic there, as we've seen a tackle that could have been wrong there if it wasn't timed right. And at the moment, it's just a passing display for the visitors as Tiernan Brooks has to come to the edges and volley it. Johnson tries to hold the ball up, gets it to Kane Adam, and they need to make some decisions here, and Gateshead aren't making them. They're not showing for each other. As now, Altrincham bring the ball forward. Redden, Banks is on the underlap, plays the ball through and intercepted. Well, it's a lovely move. And Gateshead now try and bring the ball forward through Hurst.
Good.
As Newbley dispossessed and wins the ball back, but judged to have fouled the Altrincham player there. Just a little bit, I think, clumsy and probably trying to think of the right word here. I think there's more of a
I think you got it already.
yeah.
Clumsy.
Frustrated tackle, I'd say. Or push. Altrincham. Knowles just gives it back on the far side and going to see a crossfield ball to Redden, who's in acres of space. He brings the ball down well, chests it. Ferguson's over to try and cover the run, and he's go up and down. Can he crack the ball in? He has, and there's a shot going to come in, and it was Kent Richardson that was back there defending. Yeah, Gateshead just not dealing with any balls in at the moment. He's not picking up any second balls.
Really good from Redden, though, because he hasn't just lashed that cross in. He's tried to find a man. And to be fair to Ken
and
Richardson,
in the conditions as well, it bounced up, he chested it down, but the kitten puts a cross in. There's the shot, and the ball, unmarked, comes into the box. And I think it's Banks. Lewis Banks is the man that come in.
And they don't deserve it.
The cross in, he was just unmarked, and no one was there. No one took a chance.
The problem started from the short corner because Gateshead just have not reacted to the short corner. There's too much time for the cross to come in. It's a good finish, you know. I know he's free, but it's on the volley. He side-footed it past Tane and Brooks. But as I say, you can't argue that they absolutely deserve the lead.
12 minutes gone. Altrincham 1, Gateshead 0 here at Gateshead International Stadium. And as Mark just said, very well worthy of their lead here. Will they be pushing for a quick second, I think. But the Altrincham fans, they're in good voice and spirits at the end of the Tyne and Weir stand. That rain is coming down now.
Goal scorer for Altrincham FC.
As Kent Richardson goes long up towards Kane Arm and Nubley, but Gateshead have won a battle there, but they lose out the secondary battle, and Altrincham try and break here on the far side. Knowles played back. Osborne, calm, collected passing from the visitors here, and they just play themselves out of pressure. Ball down the line. It's very easy for Altrincham at the moment. Gateshead chasing shadows.
That's lovely.
Lovely stuff. Gale tries to hold it up. Fenton John wins. Judged to have fouled Gale there. Looked like Gale ran into him to me, but referee was a lot closer than us, to be fair. Crossfield ball, Redden cut out though by Ferguson, nodded forward. Sassy's got all the time to bring it down. Gateshead's midfield just seems to have went a little bit missing at the moment in the shape of the forward line. Well, we know Gateshead are capable of coming back from goal deficits, but it's a big ask to keep doing it every game, Mark.
It really is. It really is. And it's starting to become a bit of a habit, isn't it? The falling behind, and something Alan Armstrong will clearly want to cut out as soon as possible. But at the moment, it's just all Altrincham, the better side by quite some distance.
Well, Gateshead trying to win the ball back here as Altrincham, with shades of Gateshead of old, passing the ball around for fun. Ferguson appeals for a foul, but the ball does go out for a Gateshead throw, and Ferguson isn't happy with the referee, but I think Gateshead, some of the elder statesmen, as it were, need to regain some composure here.
Yeah, I think it was a foul, to be honest. It looked like a touch on Ferguson. But Phil Parkins will be absolutely delighted with the way that Altrincham was started here. Control possession, pounced on any mistake Gateshead have made, looked dangerous from set pieces. And the passing game has been just far in excess of what Gateshead are doing right now.
Ball goes out to Callum Johnson, right-hand side, lays it back to Panny. Panny back to Brooks. There isn't much wind here at the moment, although you can see the wind, what wind there is carrying the rain towards the Gateshead goal. Gateshead, the communication not great at the back, and Tane and Brooks just having to clean up there, but Chapman gives it back to Richardson.
Gateshead look nervous.
Yeah. Doesn't look like a side that's played together this season so far this season. Doesn't seem any cohesion, does it, at the moment, as the ball played forward for Kane Adam to try and run onto. Sassy has to nod the ball over to the side. Ferguson takes a touch and brings it forward. Wins a throw-in.
It's better.
It is.
Just a little bit of something for Gateshead to build on.
Quickly taken, Chapman gets the ball back from Fenton John. Hurst Gateshead on the edge of the area, trying to work around this left-hand side. Lovely ball to Hurst. Can he pull it back across? Great tackle from the goal scorer, Banks. And as I say, Gateshead now trying to put the ball back in where it came from, but that's just going to go out for a goal kick.
That counts as a shot.
I don't know if we can class that as a shot, but there's a fantastic tackle though by Banks.
Oh, it was. He's done really well to track the run and to keep the ball in play as well. I think Gateshead a little bit unlucky because I think Hurst slipped, didn't he, as he was trying to get up. May well have got the ball back, but at the moment, again, Gateshead is just feeding on crumbs.
17 minutes we're into here. Gateshead 0, Altrincham 1. If you are just joining us, Banks scoring from a corner in, ghosted through the Gateshead defence and slotted home into an empty net.
And that little bit of positivity, and I mean little, from Gateshead was because they started pressing.
Yep.
And they started pressing Altrincham on the ball instead of standing off and letting them play around them.
Tiernan Brooks gives the ball to Kent Richardson about 35 yards out, a little bit further. Not much showing though for Kent Richardson. Has to go back to Brooks. Fenton John, his touch wasn't great. He's managed to get it back and win another tackle, but it falls to Osborne. Osborne plays it out to the left-hand side. Gill is waiting in the centre. Good tackle from Connor Panny, and it goes to Kane Adam, who doesn't have an outlet at the moment, and Fenton John just not reacting quick enough there and losing out in the midfield battle.
Sloppy, really sloppy from Gateshead. Had a good chance to get a break on there.
Osborne plays it out on the far side as Knowles shows on the inside, but it will come back to Osborne. Crossfield ball, it seems to be on every time with Redden, and Redden brings it down, but brave stuff from Ferguson, nods it with a high foot and still falls to an Altrincham shirt as Sassy, complete across to Baines. Marriott. Ball played forward though to Gale, and Gale just seems to be ghosting around that in and around the Gateshead defence.
He's not got a grips with them at all.
He's finding every pocket, isn't he? Well, Redden on this right-hand side. Gale's asking for a cross to make a run, but it wasn't on. And the ball forward for Banks. That's lovely from Altrincham. Can he cross the ball in? He can. Oh, and it went through. All it needed was contact. There was two Altrincham players there, and they didn't manage to get to it. But there's another shot across the bows, Mark.
Yeah, very much. He's done everything right. He's put the ball in the right area. Just couldn't quite pick out a man. But really good play from from Altrincham. Sorry, I think Gateshead expecting to play the offside. It clearly wasn't on because I can't remember who it was. Was it James Gale? James Gale was coming back, wasn't he?
Come back, yeah.
And Gateshead, as I said, you wouldn't be surprised if Alan Armstrong was considering changes already.
Well, Lewis Banks, he's doing the work at both ends and looking extremely good while doing it. Ball played forward as Ferguson and Redden didn't get to it. Goes out for a Gateshead throw. Ball back to Brooks. Connor Panny plays it out to the right-hand side. Callum Johnson just over the halfway line. Back to Panny. Panny gives it to Brooks. Altrincham happy just to sit in here, but the high line must be confident Gateshead aren't going to break it down, but Fenton John loses possession in midfield and a ball forward for Gale. It's lovely stuff. Nice tracking back from Harry Chapman, and Gateshead can come away with the ball as now Callum Johnson cuts over the halfway line. Right hand side, he's got Kane Adam on the inside. He's still going Johnson, not trying to take it down to the dead ball line. Windsor throwing on the far side, but not much showing for him.
Kane Adam did nothing from there.
Just stayed on the inside, and
I know he's trying to obviously have space to run into you, but at least try and give him an option as well.
But we need an opportunity to get the ball in the box. Can this be it? Throw to Adam, back to Johnson. Adam, offside flag goes up, and a bit careless from Gateshead. 21 minutes gone. If you're just joining us on the audio stream or live on DAZN, it is Gateshead 0, Altrincham 1. Lewis Banks. And he's also putting a fine defensive display as well. Vanessa is listening in from Wickham. Did I miss much? Lots of good Altrincham play. That's what I missed, yeah. Free kick taken on the far side. Won by Connor Paddy, the header. Can it be brought down in midfield? And just the movement from the Altrincham midfield when there's a ball about to bounce. There's two players running towards it to Gateshead's one.
Gateshead are simply just second to every ball here. Second to every ball. The anticipation from Altrincham has been better. The passing's been better. Everything's been better.
Well, the ball's back with Luke Hutchinson, who's had a very quiet evening, should I say, so far. Ball out to the far side. There isn't much wind here at all. The ball unaffected in flight, unlike on Saturday where it wouldn't even get towards the halfway line. There's Redden. Gateshead trying to close down, but Gale, he's just unplayable at the minute for this Gateshead defence. Gives it to Ward. Ward dances past, and now Banks can play it inside. And nice movement from Redden to keep the ball moving. Now out to the left-hand side, and the visitors can bring the ball forward. Knowles has it. Marriott plays the ball through. There wasn't a runner, but it's going to deflect off a Gateshead player and go out for a throw on the far side if Gale doesn't keep it in. He does, and he plays it off Kane Adam, and it goes out for a Gateshead throw as Gale has looked absolutely electric, Mark.
Yeah, he has. He's played really well, but he's being given so much time by Gateshead, and he's making the most of it, which is, credit to him. Gateshead, they just look so off the pace here. I've been really shocked at how poor they've been the first half of the first half.
And Frank Nubler trying to win the ball, but Altrincham once again.
Do you know what it reminds me of? The Southend game.
Yep.
It's like the Southend game again.
Well, the noise you can hear is from the Altrincham fans at the moment, and they're the ones that have got something to shout about as the ball went Tiernan Brooks up towards Nubler. And
see there, right? Even if he wins that, there's no one around him.
Yeah.
It's pointless playing that ball to Frank Nubler if you're not going to have players running off him. He's flicking it on to no one. He's not going to be able to hold it up because he's got two men in his back.
Banks plays the ball forward to Gale. Gale with a little flick, and if it had come through to Redden, it would have been very, very nice, but it went straight to Tiernan Brooks. Well, the rain has stopped. Still a slick surface, though. Kenton Richardson gives the ball to Chapman, who's dropped deep to get the ball up to Ferguson on this left-hand side. There's a run from Hurst, who had two players around him. It was asking a lot. The area it was put in. Had very little chance of keeping that one in if he couldn't have found a teammate to flick it to.
But even if he controls it, there's no options.
Yeah.
Gateshead just so static at the moment when they're in possession.
Banks clears the ball. Flint nods it up in the air and it goes straight over towards the goal. Nice win from Callum Johnson, though. Drives forward, holds off his man, plays it forward for Kane Adam. Can he create something and plays it off Knowles for a throw in on the far side?
There is one positive from Gateshead, isn't there? Which is Johnson, Callum Johnson. He's been comfortably the best player.
Well, can they carve something out and gain some confidence from it as Callum Johnson cannot get past Knowles, although he's still battling for the ball. The ball goes out for a goal kick, and I couldn't tell you from this distance if who got the last touch on that, so we'll agree with the linesman.
Tell you what I would say, I would like to be a Gateshead player in the dressing room at half time if it stays like this.
Not at all. It's I wouldn't say it's been lackluster, but it just feels...
I think it has. I think that's the word.
Yeah.
It has been lackluster.
I was trying to find a word in between lackluster and awful, but it has been...
No, it's been completely lackluster.
But the opponents have played their part in that and win the ball there. That was very strong on the far side, and Altrincham dictating the pace. Ball forward for Redden. He's onside. He's driving forward. Can he get a shot away? Great tackle. But, well, it was tight. If it we're not blessed with replays. My first instinct is that he was off, but I think...
He's run from deep, though, hasn't he? So if he's run from deep, there's a good chance he is onside.
I think he was, the linesman was...
What we should say, it's a brilliant challenge from Kenton Richardson.
It certainly was. It's a lovely ball through as well. But we have a corner from the other side this time. As Ward places the ball down. Movement in the box. There's lots of runners. This one's going in tight towards the keeper, and he punches that one. Hasn't been cleared yet. Oh, lands on the roof of the net, and that is going to be another corner.
Great ball in, isn't it?
Well, I think Brooks was caught in between catching and punching it, but then when the head come up in front of him,
and I think with the weather way it is, with the slick pitch, slick ball.
Well, there's been a little bit of theatrics or something going on there as Tiernan Brooks is down in the back of the net. Don't know if anyone stood on his toe in the battle for dominance in the 6-yard area there. And the referee's not having any of it. He's back up. But they are getting in very close on Brooks.
You know exactly where this goes.
This is going to come right into the 6-yard area, and it has. And, well, foul has been given. I think I was on blocking the keeper there. So anything I can surmise.
No idea.
Well, it is going to be a free kick to Gateshead. 27 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Altrincham 1.
I was going to say not a lot for Gateshead to shout about, but the actual thing will be nothing.
Yeah. I'll say there hasn't even been a ball through to get the fans excited to cheer something, but ball up towards Newbley, who's had a player's arm around his back. The referee says play on. They both had a hold of each other, to be fair. But Fenton John wins the header, gets it to Kane. Adam hits it past his man and drives forward. Has to come back on himself. Ball crossed into the box. Newbley brings it down, flicks it. Oh, as Chapman appeals for a foul. I think he just lost his foot. And to be honest, Altrincham have managed to clear their lines from that brief glimmer of an attack from Gateshead. Adam brings it down. It's a good first touch.
This is better. It's a first moment of genuine positivity from Gateshead.
There we see a gear change.
It's a bit too early to say that.
Connor Panny gives it back to Flint, I think he's swapped the role with Fenton John to be the player in front of the back four. So he brings the ball forward himself. Lays it off to Kenton Richardson. Flint. Plays it across the defence to Connor Panny. There's a lot of movement now up the top end for Gateshead, but has to be the right ball to go up there. Back to Kenton Richardson on the halfway line. Gives it to Ferguson. Ferguson inside to Chapman. Chapman did see Hurst. Hurst is on first. Lewis Banks, fantastic tackle. He read that so well.
Slow.
Ward puts the ball for Redden. Redden brings the ball down.
First touch.
He has Kenton Richardson. Takes on the outside. Goes in straight. Oh, off there. Ward from the edge of the area. Hits into a Gateshead body. Gateshead having to throw everything at it to clear the ball. Appeals for handball. And Kenton Richardson can calmly now slow it down towards the corner flag and clear the ball and turn up towards Frank Newbley, who is going to run, challenge to get the ball, and it comes off and straight out from the kick. Yeah,
got away with one there, Gateshead, you know. But again, it's just from sloppy play.
They've got away with a few, Mark.
Well, true, very true. It's been a really sloppy display and key moments from Gateshead, and what I would say, it is down to Altrinham's pressure. You know, they are putting Gateshead under good pressure. They're staying disciplined. They're not pushing too high. They're not leaving space, and Gateshead have got nowhere. They're being suffocated at the moment.
Banks plays the ball off Chapman, but it comes back to him. Sassy plays it back to Hutchinson at some speed, but he can get it under control.
The closest thing to a shot.
Thank you, Sassy. There's Gateshead now. Full defence again. The ball over the top for Gale. Offside flag does go up there. But
my love. I don't know why they wait. And I get in the Premier League when you got VAR, so you've got to kind of let the game go on because of that. But why do it at this level?
Yeah. Well, we're back underway. Brooks has the ball at his feet. He wants movement and he's shouting at his teammates. Of course, he's got a good view right up the pitch and he will see who is moving.
Or not.
Flint gives it to Panny. Back to Brooks. Kenton Richardson. Redden does push out back to Brooks. It's all inside the Gateshead half, but outside of the area. Back to Panny. Panny back to Brooks. Kent Richardson has an opportunity to get past the ball forward to Newbley, who comes back to try and help out. That shows the frustrations of the striker if he wants to get involved in his own half. Ball forward, far side. Johnson turns, does get to it. Can he lay it off? He can. Flint. Kent and John back to Callum Johnson, who can drive with the ball. Corner flag wins a corner, and must have been
Went out.
Must have went out.
Gone out, yeah, far side.
Yeah.
But that little bit of possession there, just Gateshead showing a little bit of patience, was a step up from where they've been, because they weren't rushed. They were just keeping possession, never looked a threat, but also worked their way forward. It's just, I mean, crumbs in it, let's be honest, but it's something.
32 minutes gone as ball nodded forward by Gateshead, but it's picked up by Altrincham, and now tackle didn't completely happen though for Panny on Gale, and now they can bring it forward. Altrincham. Redden tries to open up on this right hand side. He has Gale in front of him who cut inside. Ball goes back to Banks, and look, they're making sensible decisions. Altrincham, they're not panic taking the ball forward either, though, especially on this right hand side, but it goes out to the left hand side. What can they conjure up from over there? As Knowles has the ball now, and just calmly getting the ball to do the work for Altrincham. Back to their goalkeeper, just taking the sting out of the game. Whatever momentum Gates are trying to build, they'll take it away. There's a ball played out to the left hand side, brought down well. Johnson. Well, referee's played it on, I think.
He got the ball.
Yep. And Sassy. It's sitting a little bit deeper now as Redden has the ball. Gets the ball back, and Ferguson did see the run, plays it back to Tiernan Brooks, and he can clear the ball and turn up to Chapman. Chapman's touch wasn't the greatest, and does win the ball back. Ferguson tried to be cute and play it off Ward, and it didn't happen. And at the moment, Gateshead need to pass with conviction, because that was a bit of a
mess, Dave. That's what it was.
Yep. Well, Sassy, who hasn't really had a busy afternoon, rather than the passes back, gives it back to Hutchinson in goal. Back to Sassy. And Sassy can give it to Marriott. Osborne, sorry. Ball comes off Hurst. Well, Mark, over half an hour gone, and without being too critical, it's been poor.
No, it's not that it's been overly critical at all. I think it's been honest. Gateshead have been miles off, and Altrincham have been by far the better side here in every single department.
Crossfield ball played forward. Knowles being held up by Panny. Ball through.
Brilliant.
It's a lovely ball, left hand side. He's got James in there. Redden, he cuts in, goes for the goal himself, and goal. Finishes. And you won't see probably a better goal this season at Gateshead Stadium. Tyler Golden on the left-hand side. He cuts in, sends the defender the wrong way, and then put it right into the far corner. And Altrincham deserve their 2-goal lead here.
It's such a great goal. Honestly, the ball to Golden is exceptional. The weight of that pass is so good. And when he's got in the box, it would be easy for him to just have a shot there, but to cut inside, he's took the defender out of the game and he's put it across goal. It's a really great goal from him. And again, I think 2-0 is exactly what Altrincham deserve, and to be honest, exactly what Gateshead deserve.
Well, it is 35 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Altrincham 2 here at Gateshead International Stadium. And we mentioned earlier on in the commentary that Gateshead have had a habit of coming back from goal deficits, but it gets harder each time you do it, Mark.
Well, it does as well, and this is against a very, very good Altrincham side. So it's going to be a long way back from here, but there's got to be strong words said in the dressing room at half time. Again, we give Altrincham all the credit. They've been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But Gateshead need a bit of a wake-up call here.
Well, a goal in the next 10 minutes would be ideal for Gateshead to claw something back.
A shot would be something.
Well, Richardson, the centre circle, plays it to Ferguson. Left-hand side, inside the half to Hurst. Hurst gives it to Ferguson, who continued his run, lays it off to Chapman on the left-hand side here, inside the Altrincham half. Gets just go back to the halfway line of Kenton Richardson, who plays a ball through, and well, Baines is going to be able to nod that one forward. And at the moment, Gateshead just not picking up that second ball still. Frank's ball was to nobody really. Didn't give anyone any chances, and the ball there just falls to an Altrincham player. Crossfield ball, trying to play a little bit too quickly.
It's the first time an Altrincham players played the wrong ball.
Yep.
The first time.
And looking at the Gateshead benchmark, if things were to be changed, some players could make a name for themselves, or have to make a name for themselves, should I say, because whoever comes on when changes inevitably probably will be made, people's got to be stood up and be counted.
Well, they do, and there's some leadership needed here, because there's been very, very few positives.
Crossfield ball for Callum Johnson, brings it down well. Can he get past his man? He tries. And, well, I agree with you, Mark. Probably the only shining light in a Gateshead shirt so far in this game has been Callum Johnson. And that's coming from the right back. That's not a slur on Callum Johnson, but you expect your players fire up the pitch to be the players lighting up the pitch.
No, you do. You do, and it's sad that it's coming from a right back, because at the moment, the players at the top end of the pitch just haven't.
Foul throw. That just sums up Gateshead's night.
But at the same time, what I will say, I think that's just slipped out his hands there. I don't think he's actually thrown the ball like that, because no professional footballer would throw a ball like that. I think he has it's slipped out his hands. But it sums up that opening 38 minutes from Gateshead.
Captain Baines for Altrincham just drives the ball over to the far side and just passing it around with ease. Still Altrincham, they've done all night. Out to Redden on this right hand side, and Ferguson does close it down just as well, because I think Ward was about to be on his toes there if he had it turned. Well, Gateshead do win the ball, but can it find a teammate? It's just rushed. It's panic. Every time they get the ball, let's say, oh, let's get this ball forward, but to nobody. And Altrincham will be loving it.
I feel a bit for Frank Newbley up front, because he's just got nothing in around him. He's just had to deal with balls lumped up to him.
Redden drives down this right-hand side. Fantastic run again. What a cross into the box, and has to be dealt with at the back post by Callum Johnson. But Redden, what a beautiful cross between two players there. I didn't think it was possible.
And it's a driven cross as well. Yeah. It's a really great ball. I mean, there's only one player in the box, really, that he can hit there, and he's come pretty close to find them.
Wow. Speed and power from Redden. Well, Ward, who's had his radar switched on with these corners throughout this first half, has yet another corner from the far side. He goes short, though, this time to Osborne. Osborne back out to Ward. In comes a beautiful cross. Oh, had to be cleared because Gale was there waiting. And a ball forward for Kane Adam. He needs to find a teammate. Got it to Hurst, but the attack breaks down. And still in possession. Ferguson gives it out to Kenton Richardson. And just slows down.
And allows Altrincham to get back into shape.
Flint gives it to Newbley, who you can see the frustrations of the big man, just dropping back to get involved, to get a touch, try and get people in and around him. Now Brooks has the ball at his feet, outside his area, across to Connor Panny. Panny plays it inside to Fenton John and Will Flint. had to deal with that one and get to try and build from the back again here. Fenton John has time to turn, plays it out. He had more space than he realised there.
It's just got to be quicker.
Newbley drops deep and gets the ball out to Connor Panny. Great stuff from Newbley and looks straight back into position as well. He wants deliveries. Richardson. Give the ball to Flint. Chapman nearly got in his way there. Now can Chapman pick out a pass? He's got players in front of him. Kent Richardson brings the ball forward. Ferguson's on this left-hand side. Richardson. There's not much movement in the box, and there's two men to aim for, and it's too deep.
Just hopeful.
Yeah.
It's just a hopeful ball in the box. Play it down for Altrincham. He's back up. I don't know what Gateshead do. I don't know. Do you bring a Chief on in midfield, but energy? Do you bring a Fitzhugh on to try and do something from out wide? It's
quite the question.
I don't think it's a game for Callum Bone yet.
No. Although, if he gets time to get the ball in midfield, maybe able to slow it down and find the pass. It's Flint nods the header, gets it to Newbley, whose touch does find Adam after the second bounce, and Fenton John didn't quite get to that one. Newbley tries to chase onto a ball through, but it's a fruitless effort. Not from his point, but as I say, it's just the ball wasn't the greatest. And at the minute, Gateshead just chasing the shadows as they have done for much of this first half. And for want of a better phrase, it's look men against boys here tonight, Mark.
But as I mentioned earlier, it's like the Southend game again. It's exactly the same. Gateshead not even laying a
Banks
glove.
Skips past, and I think Knowles didn't realise he had as much time and just couldn't get the contact on that one. Well, Flint nearly played himself into trouble running into Gale, but Gateshead can try and build from the back. We've got 2 minutes left here into that 44th minute. And I'm going to hazard a guess, Mark, that we might not see anything from Gateshead in the final 2 minutes, but I wait with hope as Ferguson plays the ball forward for Chapman. Offside flag goes, and well, their shape has been absolutely impeccable.
Again, though, there just needs to be a bit more haste about Gateshead's passing. It needs to be a bit quicker when they have got it, because what they're doing is when they're turning back on themselves, they're allowing Altrincham, as I said earlier, to get back into shape. They're not really taking advantage of when little bits of space do open up.
It feels like the first 5 minutes sucked all the confidence out of them. No one's wanted to take the game by the scruff of the neck or pass the ball with any purpose, like we've just seen there. Nobody's showing in midfield to...
Feels like Gateshead need half time, don't they?
It really does. But Altrincham, we knew it would be a tough task. Very good side. But the start to the season hasn't been what they probably wanted, but they're starting to find some form here. Ball across to Kent Richardson. Chapman lays it back to Flint. And Flint, I understand why he's sitting very deep, but it just feels there's a massive gap that's Altrincham have just took advantage of all game. There's a 20-yard gap.
He'll carry it.
Kent Richard gets on the halfway line, carries it over the halfway line, keeps going, puts it out to Ferguson, this left-hand side. Can he get across in the box? He hasn't really got anyone to aim for, and he's having to turn. Does have Kent Richardson there, but great marking from Altrincham, from Banks.
To be fair to David Ferguson, he's done well the whole possession.
Callum Johnson makes a run on the far side, nods it forward as a run into the box, and just and a bit of fumble from Hutchinson. as the ball goes out of play
Corner.
for a corner.
That could be something that will, a little bit of hesitancy from Altrincham, just a bit of doubt there. But again, Gateshead just.
I mean, Hutchinson, I don't think he's touched the ball with his hands, has he?
So,
I mean, we can forgive him that one.
I mean, if Gateshead were to get one back now, it would be one of the most undeserved goals you would see.
It would be well against the stats, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But Ferguson is going to take this one here. Gateshead not famed for their goals from corners. Ferguson puts the delivery in. It's nodded up in the air and behind for, well, there is half time. And the boos from the Tyne Weir stand from frustrated Gateshead fans ring out here at Gateshead International Stadium. And Mark, Altrincham have been fantastic. They've done everything right. Gateshead haven't posed any questions at all.
No, they haven't. They haven't. They've been really, really poor. And they've got what they deserve first half. I think Altrincham have done 99.9% of what they would have wanted to have done, and they've done it well. And Gateshead have done about 0.0.1, just 0.01% of what they wanted to do. It just hasn't been good enough. Simple as that. In any department, I don't think there's anyone, barring maybe Callum Johnson, who comes out that first half with any credit. It's been absolutely abysmal. And Alan Armstrong now and Jacob Butterfield have got to go in there and really have words.
Yeah, well, say they're going down into the tunnel now. We are going to have a little break. We always thank you for your company. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes' time with all the half-time scores from around the league. And also we'll be seeing if there is any changes at half-time. So we'll be back then, and please do join us. Hello there and welcome back here. We're just waiting for the teams to come back out at Gateshead International Stadium for this Enterprise National League game to continue. Gateshead trailing by 2-0 here against Altrincham. But we'll go through the half-time scores in the league. It's Brackley 0, Carlisle 0, FC Halifax 0, Woking 0. Of course, we've just given you the score here at Gateshead International Stadium. Down the E19, down to Teesside, it's Hartlepool 1, Boston United 0, Sutton 2, Borehamwood 1, and Truro City 0, Aldershot 1. And that is the half-time scores as they stand at this moment in time. Of course, lots can change in the next 45 minutes. And we're wondering what can change here at Gateshead International Stadium. It does look like Gateshead will be making a couple of substitutes. We've seen 2 players go down the tunnel, stripped and ready for action. But before we go any further, for our audio listeners and anyone that may be watching on DAZN, the Heat Army podcast will be live tomorrow night on YouTube. If you'd like to like and subscribe to our channel, it will be fantastic for you to join us. We'll be talking about this, and of course, we'll be talking about the Aldershot game on last Saturday. So we've got lots to talk about, and we've got games to preview away to Wealdstone on this Saturday. So please do get involved, join us. That's 8 p.m. live on the Heat Army podcast. We'll be looking at the highlights from the games. That's if there's going to be any from this one for Gateshead. But we live in hope. We do live in hope. So please do join us. It will be really good if you could and help us spread the word of the Heat. Hopefully, we can do it when the team is winning as well. We've got a few comments that have come in. We've got Peter Walton has got must do better than this, Gateshead. Gary Basildon's, but Kenton has been very strong from what I have seen. We need to keep Kenton and push new signings to mentor them. Loads of potential, and coaches have some gems to work with. They do, but this is where they have to stand up and be counted in these games. Gateshead are coming back out onto the pitch now, and we are, as I say, moments away from the second half here at Gateshead International Stadium. And Mark, does look like we are going to have a couple of changes there. Max Sheaf and Josh Home are going through a vigorous warm-up. Does look as though, I'm just trying to see who is missing. It looks like
2 midfielders.
Yeah, it's just to confirm, it's Will Flint and Fenton John are being replaced in midfield. And Mark, that has been where the battle has been lost thus far in this match.
Yeah, I almost feel as if Gateshead could do with another body in there. I know Harry Chapman's sort of playing in midfield, but he's trying and get close to front Newbley. I mean, it's just not happening at the minute, and it does feel as if they're being overrun in midfield. But maybe there'll be a bit more energy in there.
Yeah. Well, Max Sheaf does add a little bit more attack and creativity. But it still has to be won in midfield.
I know Jacob Butterfield doesn't really do that side of the game, but he does give you control, and then I don't think we can understate how big a miss he's been. Hopefully he is getting close. Tyrell Newton as well, I think we forget about him sadly. But I think he's someone who could come in and make a difference when he does get back to fitness.
Well, we are about to kick off here for the second half. Gateshead shooting towards the funnel end, Altrincham towards the River Tyne, and we're back underway here. We've seen comebacks over the last few games for Gateshead, and Frank Newbley loses out in the aerial battle, but it does go out for a throw on the far side to Gateshead. The rain has completely disappeared. Looks like we've got a clear sky, night sky above us. Gateshead looking to build quickly here in the second half as Brooks puts it out towards Newbley on the left-hand side, turns his man well, chases after the ball, and Banks just does well to marshal it away and comes away with the ball and headed back forward by Connor Panny. Brought down by Gateshead, trying to build on the left-hand side, and the passing not the greatest, and Gale drives forward with this ball. Gateshead players getting back, though Kane Adams there, but the cross.
That's right.
A free kick given. Cian Adam and Harry Chapman were busting a gut to get back there, but Callum Johnson once again putting himself about. Peter Walton has joined in from Neath in Wales. So thank you very much for joining us tonight. Brooks with a long punt forward. As Ferguson chases that one down to get to it, but Banks once again comes away with ease with the ball as Panny battling, does win the ball. Can McSheaf lay it off? He can, and now Hurst can give it back to Sheaf. Home, if he looks across the far side, there was a man there, but Nubly controls it and slows it down. This is better from Gateshead. They need to build on it. Now, Home plays it across to Callum Johnson. He's got Sheaf here on this right-hand side. Keeps going with the ball. Now puts it out to Sheaf. Sheaf puts a delivery in. It's blocked. Sheaf tries to win it back, and the ball will go out for a Gateshead throw. More intent from Gateshead. There's Chapman. Gives it to Cian Adam. Two players around him. Gives it back to Callum Johnson, who only just gets there. Gateshead camped out inside the Altrincham half, but yet to penetrate the box with a ball, and that's a ball by Chapman. It does get picked up by Nubly. Gives it back to Chapman. Nice flick out by Sheaf to Johnson, and Johnson puts a deep one in, and the ball is going to come through to Hurst on the far side. Trying to keep this ball moving, Gateshead. Hurst lays it back. Kent Richardson picks out Nubly, who holds the ball up well, does very well. Can lay it off to Adam. Adam will have Callum Johnson here. Puts it out to Chapman. Chapman crosses one in. There's Nubly coming in. And, well, it's going to be dealt with by Altrincham, but that's far better from Gateshead. There's Connor Panny.
It's a great pass.
Yep. Well, just skew whiffed off the top of his boot, and Brooks has to come out and mop up.
It is. It's a lot better, but it had to be. It's as simple as that. I know it sounds really negative, but it simply had to be better, and it had to be a fast start. I wouldn't quite go and say it is a fast start, but it's certainly improved from what it was before half time.
And of course, I mean, not that we're trying to downgrade Gateshead's start here, but the visitors have a lead they're comfortable sitting on at the moment.
Yeah, you know, it's going to take a lot for Gateshead to get back in this game.
Home gets it to Hurst, back to Home. A little bit of fortunate there. It's nicely laid off by Nubly. Gets the ball back left-hand side of the box. He needs someone in there with him. It was a good idea, but
I'm not sure it was a cross, Dave. It might be just an underhit shot. It's coming down with snow on it.
Well, Connor Panny loses his foot and beaten by Gale there, and Aldershot have a man coming into the box, and that's a dangerous one through. I was asking a lot of Knowles to try and get on the end of that. So 50 minutes gone, still Gateshead 2. Altrincham 2, Gateshead 0 here at Gateshead International Stadium. Ball over the top, and that's a blind one, really. Brooks apologises. Well, you can see the it has been better from Gateshead, but they haven't made Altrincham look panicked at all, have they?
No, but Sheaf there, he's done what Gateshead didn't do first half. He's made them panic a little bit defensively by
Connor Panny with a good
putting them under
from
pressure.
behind, but second ball picked up again by the visitors, and now Knowles brings it forward, lays it off the Gale, left-hand side of the box, crosses it in. Not the best decision there from Gale.
There's no options. There's no point. People asking them to launch it. There's no.
Yeah. Well,
Not really sure what people behind us are screaming for there.
ball up to Nubly. It's just out muscles Baines there and chases the ball back. Good work from the big man, but he needs someone around him to do the same. As now they break down the far side. Banks drives forward with the ball. He's got loads of space to bring it forward. Just has to slow it down. And Redden can try something on the edge of the box. Drives with it down, pulls it back across, and just comes between Conor Panny's feet there and falls to Knowles, who gets a shot away. Kane Adam with the block, and it's a corner. And yeah, just seeing when Altrincham do put the ball in the box of intention, they're still causing problems.
Yeah, they are. And you know, when you look at the pace that they've got on the side and the intensity and the energy at the top end of the pitch, they're going to cause Gateshead problems on the break. You know, Gateshead are going to have to go for it. Maybe not yet, but at some point they are really going to have to go for it. And if they are, then I've got no doubt this Altrincham side will catch them on the break.
Golden has the ball, gives it to Knowles. Knowles with a nice bit of trickery, tries to get past Adam and Johnson, but Johnson puts it out of play, and Knowles got a little bit of afters there from the tackle from Callum Johnson. Oh, don't know if he's feeling several different places on his legs, so I'm not going to try and guess where it is. Well, we do have a throw-in once Knowles is back on his feet. He is. There's not going to be any treatment needed. Gives it to Gale, on the edge of the box. Chapman back with defensive duties and cleared by Panny as Newbley tries to turn between two men, and there's not much he could have done.
Even if he won that, he had no one near him. The lack of support that Newbley has had for most of this game has been horrendous.
Now, he's still up there trying to close down. Ball across to Baines. Baines plays it forward as Knowles gives it to Golden, played forward again and intercepted by Callum Johnson. Plays it inside to Sheaf. Sheaf gets past his man, gives it back out to Chapman, and Chapman just couldn't get onto the end of that one.
Idea was right.
Just wrong-footed Chapman a little bit there, but Chapman wins the header. Straight at him, in fairness. Kane Adam lays it off to Home. Home does have Ferguson on the far side. Ferguson just closed down, but does win a throw, and this is a good opportunity to get the ball in the box. Although it's going to go short, I think. Joe Grayson was the long ball specialist for the throws, but Gates to try and build, play it back to Conor Panny. Everyone inside the Altrincham half bar. Brooks, but not penetrating at all. Ball forward for Newbley. And you feel for Newbley. I said it all game, but he's keen, he's eager, and he's trying to do something on his own. And it's you can understand the frustrations out there. Well, the resulting goal kick, Hutchinson, all in purple. Gale wins the header. Callum Johnson plays back to Brooks. Brooks clears the ball right up to the halfway line as Newbley trying to win it. Bounces through, and Johnson up against Gale, but comes out to Knowles, and this is going to come back to Marriott. Golden now has it. Back to Golden. Golden under pressure. Plays it back as Newbley is going to get onto that loose ball and drives with it. He needs bodies to get up the pitch to help him at the moment. And he's holding it up. He does very well. He drives into the box. Does he have an option? He's twisting and turning. Newbley wins a corner. Done. Very good play from the big man.
That's brilliant. But again, there's players just sitting watching him. He's got the ball. He's had to be three men near enough then. There's players just stood watching him, expecting him to do something out of nothing. It's so poor.
I think there was only Chief that made the effort to get in the box.
He's done brilliantly. I'm not taking anything away from Frank Newbley, by the way. That was unbelievable what he's done there.
He's just showing his quality, but he just needs someone around him. Ferguson puts this cross in. Oh, it bounces in the box. It's going to be cleared, though. And played down the line as Redden, beaten to the ball by Kane Adam, goes out for a throw.
See that ball in there, Dave? If that was at the other end, there would be an Altrincham player straight onto it. The minute it's bounced in, too many Gateshead players are on the heels there.
Well, time ticks by. 57 minutes gone. Still Gateshead 0, Altrincham 2. If you're just joining us, live on DAZN, National League TV, our audio stream on the Heat Army podcast. As Kane Adam picks up a loose ball, was fouled.
I didn't think he was going to give that.
Well, Marriott making a little menace of himself, but the kick taken quickly to Richardson. Out to Ferguson on the far side. Hurst. Back now. As Richardson will play it across to Connor Panny. Panny can bring it over the halfway line. Callum Johnson back to Panny.
That's all he could do.
I mean,
there's no fun complaining. That's all he could do there.
Altringham's shape is fantastic, and the movement from the Gateshead players in front of him just isn't there.
There's murmurs in the crowd. It's literally all that was on was going back to keeper.
Kane Adam plays it inside to Harry Chapman. Harry Chapman just turns around, gives it back to Johnson. Panny. Across to Richardson, back to Panny. Redden's pace is frightening when he starts. He closed that down really quickly, but Newbley loses out and there's a tackle, and now the visitors can bring the ball forward. Ward, Redden plays over to the centre. It's a lovely ball. Can he get it under control? He can. Cuts onto his right, and puts it past. Great save from Tiernan Brooks. But the quality of Redden on the ball there again, cut past the two defenders when he slowed it down, and the shot, well, had to be saved.
It's a brilliant save.
Yep.
It's an unbelievable save, that. But it's all come from Frank Newbley having to come deep to try and spark something.
Yeah.
And he's been caught in possession because there's no options. It's some of it's basics from the Gateshead players. And it won't be what they're being asked.
No.
We know that. We know what Alan Armstrong wants. We know what his coaching staff want. And it's not being delivered at the moment.
Well, we wait the delivery to come in. As it does, it's a decent one. Baines is there, being headed clear by Panny. There's going to be a shot from Marriott, though, cleared. And now Gateshead can bring the ball forward. It was Osborne with the shot, sorry. Gateshead on the attack as Frank Newbley busting the gut down. They say Chapman not given the greatest space. Now he does. Plays the ball in there, and it was
Ken Adom was a ball, you know.
Yeah.
Stupid tackle.
And Josh Home.
How stupid.
Free kick to the visitors. Just
the ball there was Ken Adom. He's gone through the middle one-on-one. He's just got to be playing him in. You know what pace he's got. Give him a chance.
Well, decision making just needs to be a little bit better. Redden picks up the ball from Kent Richardson clearance, and he's just opened up and driving through. There's nobody wanting to put a challenge in, and when they do, it was a yellow card for Connor Panny. Just starting to see a few frustrated figures out there in Gateshead shirts.
He got yellow for that.
Yeah. Well, we've seen the deliveries into the box. Are they going to go for a shot from this area here? Big men are up.
Another example of really.
We wait the free kick. And it comes. Big men are up there. It's been nodded over the bar, though, by Altrincham from Gale, I think it was.
Done well there, Kenton Richardson. Again, just affecting the jump.
Well, half an hour remains here, and we're yet to see Gateshead make Hutchinson work.
He's made a save, has he?
Well, goal kick out to be retaken. As Brooks pumps the ball up towards Max Sheath, but brought down by Golden.
Great ball.
There's a crossfield ball there. Had have come to Redden. He might have been able to turn on that one, but goes out for a throw. Still, movement and options. Gateshead need them, as Josh Holmes shows. Goes up towards Newbley, who nods it on.
Nobody reading it.
Max Sheaf trying to close down the pass, but goes all the way back to Hutchinson. Well, it's going to take something special from Gateshead to get anything out of this game.
But when you look at this, you can see why they've conceded so many goals.
Yeah.
It's just too open at times.
Ball forward. As Connor Panny's there to gear up. Callum Johnson gives it to Chapman. Max Sheaf, it's better from Gateshead. They've moved the ball. Kent Richardson picks out Hull, who turns in midfield. Hurst just holds it up. Ferguson. Hurst was wanting the run. He's got the ball, left-hand side, down towards the corner flag, cuts back on himself. Just no one showing in midfield here at all, as Sheaf plays it across to Callum Johnson, but they have got players around the box. And to work it into position to get it in there. It comes out to Kane Adam, right-hand side. Callum Johnson. Home just looks up. Connor Panny. He's going to go for a shot out of frustration, and well,
At least it's a shot.
It's a shot.
Just could have crossed it a little bit too much and it dipped away from goal. But what I will say, I know he hasn't had a lot of the ball, but Max Sheaf has given a bit of an energy in midfield.
A little bit of bite as well. He's closing down. He's had a few tackles.
But Altrincham just looked really comfortable and again, fully deserve this lead.
Gale just plays the ball forward. It's a lovely ball to send Knowles away. Knowles down this left-hand side. Redden on the far side, trying to make a run, just has to slow it down. And Knowles, well, a little bit greedy there. Tries to cut in,
he's
goes for
done
the shot.
Everything right until the shot. He's got to play the ball in, though. Got two men in the middle. One who has completely escaped the Gateshead defence.
Redden has got pace to burn, and any ball across the 6-yard area, he's going to get to before the Gateshead defender. Callum Johnson under pressure, no options for him, and plays the ball off
Again,
Knowles.
it's just players watching the game go by.
As the ball comes through to Kane Adam, can he open up on this right-hand side? He can. Cuts in, beats his man, was tackled, but the ball goes out of play for a throw. Callum Johnson. Oh, what's happening here? Max Sheaf is down at the moment. I think he's holding his face. Is it? No. Wow.
Is his hand?
I don't know. It's
not a dislocated shoulder, is it?
I hope not. He's not looking very comfortable down there, and that's a commentator's curse after we were just praising him. But we have a break in play here at the moment. 65 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Altrincham 2. And as we've said all the way through, they have looked the better side here and are well worthy of their 2-goal lead. Well, they're going through a check of his shoulders, and it seems to be all right. Okay, so do have a throw in front of their own dugout. Of course, Max Sheaf won't be able to come back on until the referee gives the okay.
Unfortunate break in play, and let you know that the next Enterprise National League fixture for Gateshead FC is this coming Saturday, the 6th of September, when we travel to Woking FC for a 3 o'clock kickoff. And following that, there is a further away game in the Enterprise National League at Wheelstone FC on Saturday, the 13th of September.
I just must correct myself. I did say we were away to Wheelstone next weekend. It's the other W, it's Woking. As Gateshead have us back underway. Johnson gets the ball from Kane Adam. He puts the ball forward. Lovely run from Newbley. Can he pull it across?
It's come off him.
It's got a corner.
It's
come back off him.
It definitely came back off him. He's unlucky there. Tell you what, he has been, the second half, he's been really good up top. Frank Newbley, what he's had to do, he's done well.
Wow. He digs deep and keeps going.
There's a few of his teammates need to look to him as well for that.
Max Sheaf allowed back on the pitch now. Gateshead back to their full quarter of players. Osborne launches the ball up to Redden on the far side. It's too easy. Brings the ball down up against Kenton Richardson. Cuts inside. He's going to try and cut outside as he does. Then Kenton stuck with him, but it's been overtook. He's still going. He's a real handful, Redden, and the ball on the far side goes out for a corner. And Gateshead have not handled him all evening.
He's got too much time with that crossfield, though. And look at.
Well, we are going to see a change for the visitors. I think the captain Baines is going to be coming off.
Sam Barnes coming on.
Sam Barnes coming on. I think he's on loan from Huddersfield. Baines for Barnes. And Osborne has taken the captain's armband in Baines' absence. Well, Barnes is on for the corner. In comes the delivery. It's going towards Barnes and Sassy, but Frank Newbley using his strength, using his size to get the ball away. It's been cleared by Johnson, but at this moment in time, it's going to fall to a black and yellow shirt as Gale, twisting and turning with Panny, crosses the ball in. Redden gets in front of his defender, and that pace again is so dangerous.
Substitution for Altrincham was number 4, Lewis Baines, the captain, leading the pitch.
Ball out to the left-hand side, Ferguson. Ferguson crosses it in towards Newbley. Newbley chests it down. Is it going to be picked up by a Gator player? It has. And now shot off. Stings the hands of Hutchinson. Making him work. And that is took till the 69th minute to make Hutchinson work. I think it was Max Sheaf that got the shot off. Oh, and he was expecting the overlap there. It wasn't coming, but Gateshead do manage to come away with the ball. Has that give Gateshead a little bit of confidence? Out to Kane Adam on this right-hand side. Nice ball through. Oh, lovely from Sheaf. Oh, handball has crossed into the box. Hasn't been dealt with yet. And Chapman, and a foul's been given. And well,
look, the thing is, at the risk of getting giddy here, because Gateshead have had a shot. If they can get one back, if they can get a goal back, then Altrincham may well start panicking. You know, they'll start second-guessing themselves. But again, I mean, we're talking about a half chance there. It's a good save from Hutchinson, but it's one you'd expect him to make, I think, at first viewing.
I think the bounce afterwards probably, give Gates a little bit of hope to get the second ball, but fine save. As you say, you'd expect him to make it. But Gateshead starting to try and ask questions in the box, passing the ball better in and around.
It's Kyle Hurst with the shot.
It's Kyle Hurst, was it? Kyle Hurst.
Well, but again, Altrincham still look comfortable. Holding Gateshead at bay.
Well, they've had a nice mixture of pace, precise passing, and goal scoring as the ball's up towards.
The idea was right.
Yeah.
Execution wasn't.
He's got a deceiving amount of pace, Frank Newbley, when
people say the same about me, Dave.
A lot of people think you're twinned with Frank Newbley. I think this never see in the same room. Got the same height. Ball forward, looking for Kane Adam. There's a good battle. It's felt to Max Sheaf from the clearance. Needs to pick out a teammate, which he does. And Hurst now goes for the shot and just a little bit rushed there. And skew whiff one from Redden. Finds Adam on the edge of the box. But Redden comes back. Oh, lovely move from Adam. Still need to get that ball into the danger zone though. Chapman looking for Newbley. Newbley now picks out Kent Richardson. The rain starts to fall again here underneath the lights as the ball comes into the box towards Newbley. And, well, pushing and shoving, just couldn't get to it.
Just a little bit of lack of conviction in the final third from Gateshead cost them. 2 subs coming on here for
Crankshaw and Kirk are going to come on. I think they're just going to try and inject some energy into this game, the visitors. As I say, their 2-0 lead has been comfortable. Whatever fleeting spark we've seen from Gateshead is probably for time to raise the energy levels for the visitors. As Johnson nods it down to Sheaf, back to Johnson. Johnson, no, just nearly took it away from Knowles.
Sorry, Dave, something's just flown in my eye.
Oh. Well, Osborne, sorry, Marriott. Been getting them two mixed up all night. Well, Gates are trying to turn the pressure on, but not really getting anywhere near the ball. As
I genuinely thought you were going to say turn the screw there. I was going to say, Dave, that's a massive oversell. I feel like I've been really grumpy tonight. I apologise.
I think the screw has been defretted. If we're going to go down to tool terminology, I think Gateshead have been trying to put in a flathead screw with a Phillips screwdriver. There we go. Crankshaw is on, as is Kirk. Gateshead have the best part of 17 minutes here.
Now or never, basically. They need one now.
Yeah.
But as I say, they've made Hutchinson make one save in the whole game.
Well, Gateshead fans understandably very flat. And the decision making from Gateshead players has left the atmosphere.
Double substitution for Altrincham. Leaving the pitch, number 20, Coral Redden, and number 11, Jimmy Knowles. Being replaced by number 7, Ollie Crankshaw.
So the two players that left the pitch in Redden and Knowles, they've been absolutely fantastic for the Arsenal Altrincham attack and defence. Ball comes off the back of Gale's head. Well, Connor Panny gets the ball to Johnson, ready for the throw. Ferguson screaming for it. He's in acres of space on the far side. Max Sheaf gives it to Johnson, up towards Kane. Add-on. Gates need to pick up the second ball here, nod it forward, and Newbley nearly got round Sassy there to get the ball. Gale brings it down as a shirt pull low from Connor Panny.
He's
and
off
brings
here.
It on.
He's off, Connor.
Connor Panny.
If he just gets a second yellow here, he's very lucky.
Very lucky because he's off. Red card for Connor Panny for the pull on Gale, and Connor Panny can't believe it, but he was already on a yellow. He was pulling the shirt right in front of the referee. Feels a harsh one because it wasn't the last man.
It's not a harsh one, Dave. It's a second yellow.
Yeah.
Nobody can have any complaints about that. It's a second yellow. He's pulled him back. He knows what he's doing. It's a yellow card in every single game of football.
Well, the uphill battle just became vertical.
There's no point complaining.
Yeah.
It's a yellow. It's simple as that. And I don't think you need to do it.
Well, we have a free kick here. Osborne is going to be the man to take it. It's 5 yards from the halfway line. Plays it to Golden.
So, by the look of it, Johnson.
I think Ferguson's went into the.
No, Johnson has.
Johnson has.
Kenny Dom's gone to right back. So it's going to be like a 4-4-1, basically.
Yeah.
It kills any chance of getting back in the game.
Well, at this rate, you just hope it stays 2-0 for Gateshead. Obviously, Altrincham, they might fancy trying to get another one, try and create some extra space. Gateshead trying to build on the left-hand side. Free kick given for a foul on Ferguson. And
the problem is now it's another suspension in a position that Gateshead need players.
Yeah.
So going to have to either go into the loan market or find something, or I don't know how far Joe Grayson is away from being fit.
Couldn't tell you on that front. What we can say is, though, we know Gateshead are being active in the transfer market to try and add where the team is lacking. And they're hoping to get something over the line very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled, hopefully before the weekend. As the ball played forward, up looking for the run of Max Sheaf, up against Golden. Golden just has to stand firm and does fantastic there. And Max Sheaf just giving a little bit of needle there after the ball went out. But I know we've said it all the way through, Mark, right from the first few minutes of the game. Altrincham, they come out here, they set their stall. Yes, Gateshead have probably made it a bit easier than what they probably thought it was going to be.
A lot easier. I just don't think they've even laid a glove on them, on Altrincham. I think, firstly, we'll say I think Altrincham have been excellent for a lot of the game. Have been.
I can't think of a player that hasn't put a foot wrong. They've all been eights, if not a couple of nines in there.
But yeah, Gateshead just been miles off. Too many players going through the motions. Too many players not doing the basics.
Well, Gateshead just having to pass it back with the keeper as Brooks is out there, but gets it to Callum Johnson. Gateshead do have a few players forward. Can they get into the box as Kane Adam twists and turns edge of the box, lays it through? Can he get the ball back? He doesn't. And Max Sheaf just catches Golden there, and I think the referee might have a word with Max Sheaf. No, he's there. Certainly some words coming back and forth between Golden and Sheaf. Does nobody any favours when the frustrations boil over.
Look, we can come away from this, no matter what happens in the next 12 minutes, and say Gateshead have been better second half. But that doesn't say they've been good second half. It just says that they've been marginally better than they were during an abysmal first half. And I think,
the man extra space is starting to prove its worth there, as Crankshaw just found himself in acres of space when he received the ball. But Gateshead, if they need to move the ball faster here, as Chapman turns, brings it forward, looks for the ball.
Oh, that's brilliant defending.
Lovely stuff from Golden. And I think he's just tweaked something there.
Go.
Adam ran straight into Golden. Osborne plays it across to Kirk. And yet again, Altrincham letting the ball do the work here, moving to every blade of grass. We're into the 80th minute now.
What I was going to say before, we can talk about the lack of money Gateshead having all this and young players and all that sort of stuff.
I don't even know what that was for, unless the ball...
That doesn't stop you working hard. It doesn't stop you closing down. It doesn't stop you putting tackles in. You can still do those, but Gateshead just haven't done them tonight.
No, the fundamentals haven't been there for 80% of the game, shall we say. We've had fleeting glimpses. Gateshead pick it up midfield now and drive forward with the ball. Chapman, nearly got the ball through for the continuing run of Hurst, but Max Sheaf really needs to be careful.
He hasn't done anything there.
But he's fallen
He's fouled him.
Yeah,
I get that.
He's fallen for the words in the ear, I think, with frustrations here. As Tyler Golden, I think the referee's wise to what's been going on between the two.
Yeah, but he's gone down as if he's been punched. But Sheaf, it's so naive. You're right, Dave. 100%, yeah, so naive.
Well, Gateshead are going to make another substitution here. I hazard a guess they might bring off Newbley to save him for the next game.
I don't know who you bring on, though. Who is it?
I think it might be Fitzhugh.
Yeah. You go up front?
I would imagine so. I think it's going to be Newbley. Maybe push Adam up front. Nope, it's going to be Connor Chapman, actually.
Harry.
Apologies to the Chapman family. And Harry Chapman is coming off. Well, we always look at body language, and I look at Frank with his hands on his hips as if to say, what more can I do?
Matt Kozlow coming on.
Substitution for Gateshead. Leaving the pitch, number 32, Harry Chapman. Been replaced by number 23, Ethan Fitzhugh.
Now, bring the ball forward through Banks on the far side. Ball played forward. Kirk just has to slow it down and give it back to Banks. Kirk hugging that right-hand touchline. There's a run coming through and didn't see it. Banks plays it back across, hits a deflection, gets it clear it, but only as far as Osborne. At this moment in time, just going through the motion, still Altrincham. Passing it around midfield. 8 minutes remain. I'm surprised Altrincham haven't really pushed more for a third goal here.
They haven't needed to.
They haven't, but
They've been in control and barring that little spell before the signing off, and it was a little spell.
Gateshead do pick up a loose ball in midfield, played it through to Newbley. Just cannot get past his man. He's holding it up and appeals for a foul, but defender did very well, and Frank cuts a tired figure out there today.
Can't really be surprised by that, can you?
No, not at all. That's not a dig or a slight on
No.
on Newbley. He's played that lone striker. He's covered the hard yards. He's been, roughing and tumbling with defenders, and to little avail from everyone around him.
I've not really seen much of Fitzhugh.
The ball up to Frank Newbley, chips the ball back to Sheaf. Sheaf just couldn't get it forward, and Gale just lays it off, and now the visitors can bring the ball forward as Crankshaw looks to play to Kirk in. It wasn't the greatest ball, and just feels a little bit loose from the visitors going forward at the moment. Gateshead able to intercept, and I think that was Ward.
Look, I'll be honest, that's one of them where if Panties is a yellow, that's a yellow.
Well, Ward is going to come off.
I really like Matty Kozlow.
Yeah.
Loved him when he was at Nantwich, Halifax. Energy in abundance, quality.
Creative, isn't he?
Yeah, some scored some great goals when he was at Nantwich in the NPL.
Well, and Costello's coming on for Ward, and it is Lucas Weaver coming on for Gale.
Been brilliant tonight, Gale, hasn't he? Led the line brilliantly. Hold up play, real nuisance.
It's a real stark contrast to two lone strikers where one had support around him and the other one didn't.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Double substitution for Altrincham. Leaving the pitch, number 10, Keaton Ward. Number 9, James Gale.
Just over 5 minutes remain.
Matty Kozlow.
Newbley heads the ball to the centre. Max Sheaf tries to get there. And yet again, slow reactions. The new Frank was going up for it. You've got to anticipate that coming back across the box.
Just hopeful.
Well, it's been a night to forget so far here. Well, who are we kidding? We know it's not going to change. It's definitely a night to forget. But not for the visitors.
It would be in full value.
Lovely crossfield ball, using every blade of grass here tonight. Ball played forward. Kirk with a nice run. He needs some support. He's got it. In comes the cross. Although Weaver didn't put the cross in. And now Costello's just pushed off the ball. Good with ease, and Gateshead can bring the ball forward as Adam is on his toes. Well, the ball comes now to Adam. Bounces away. Does.
No, what he should have done there is just let the ball run across him.
Yeah. Well, it's a free kick to Gateshead. Brooks come up to help get players up the top of the box, but it's taken quickly. Josh Holm pings the ball out of play. Oh, it's been given as a Gateshead throw.
Yeah, it's a little touch.
Johnson plays it inside as Laid off by Fitzhugh. Gated with Kent Richardson. Plays through centre to Adam. Adam cuts in. Lays it off to McSheaf. McSheaf out. Oh, he has to Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh does have a man behind him. Sheaf does manage to come away with the ball. He's got a crowd of players around him. Johnson puts the delivery in and put it for.
I honestly think Sheaf has been really good since he's come on. He's just given a little bit of energy and just something different.
Callum Johnson wins another throw.
He can't really think that was an Altrincham ball, should he?
Fitzhugh. Kent Richardson puts one in. It's a beautiful ball, and if anyone had been going towards the goalkeeper, I was always going.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to dip a little bit more than it was. Well,
I can
I'd
give
imagine
you tonight's attendance. Your total attendance is 696.
696 here tonight. Another poor
Thank you to each and every one of you.
attendance. Let it be said, as Goulden plays the ball forward. I think Kirk's offside here. He is. Obviously had his back to the linesman there. He thought he was on. Did bend his run well, but just
There's no point putting it in the front now because no one's near him. That's what he's saying there.
Well, he's asking them to come closer to him. Well, Fitzhugh wins the tackle. Ball comes out on the far side. And Hurst does give it to a teammate. Fitzhugh gives the ball to Kent Richardson. Brooks, he's having to come out and play like a centre-back at the moment. Plays the ball to Kane Adam. Adam nearly gets past his man, but great work from Osborne. And he turns and brings the ball forward. Kirk on the left-hand side has the ball. Well, at the moment, he's passing it around Altrincham. Ball over the top as Callum Johnson does win the header, but it's going to fall to Costello, who tries a little bit of trickery, nearly gets through. Kent Richardson back to Callum Johnson. Kane Adam. Max Sheaf.
Comfortably on the match tonight, isn't he, Callum?
Sorry?
Comfortably Gateshead's man the match, Callum.
Oh, without a doubt. But Ferguson has it on the left-hand side, gives it to Hurst. Hurst gives it to Ferguson, who gets past one man, and Fitzhugh picks up the loose ball. Need to get something into the box. In it comes, and Newbley tries to flick it on. And the fourth official comes to punish us with more minutes.
Time to award your Gateshead Man of the Match. Sponsored by Satori, your restaurant on High Street. Tonight, your Man of the Match is number 8, Max Sheaf.
Ben Williams is stripped and ready to come on. Once again, Newbley just not having the support tonight. Ball cleared, and obviously Tiernan Brooks is quite a way out of his box to try and give that extra man on the pitch. Kent Richardson is coming off.
Surely Callum Johnson, isn't it? Forget it anyway.
I would have thought Callum Johnson over the whole match would have been.
Substitution for Gateshead. Leaving the pitch, number 5, our captain, Kenton Richardson, being replaced by number 31, Ben Williams.
Now Kent Richardson gets a handshake from his manager. It's been a busy night for Kenton.
Just preservation, that I think.
Yeah. Well, we haven't had the time up for how many minutes to be added on yet. We are 20 seconds or so or more, 30 seconds into the time added on. We're still waiting to find out what it is. As Gateshead move the ball back to Brooks. Ball up towards Newbley.
Oh,
Yeah, it was well. Well, Sassy went up for a header, won it, and slipped as he went down. It's been given as a free kick.
I mean, it looked bad. My initial reaction was that because he hit his head off the
Yeah, I
floor,
thought
you've got to go
that's-
and check
yeah.
him. But it looks as if he's give a free kick against Frank Nouvel for precisely nothing.
A ball forward is in lovely space for Kirk on the far side. He's chasing it down, and there's a great tackle from Ferguson. It will be a game that will be dissected and talked about, both within the club and outside the club. We still haven't had any notification of the time added on. We're 2 minutes in. Osborne just chips it over Fitzhugh. Gateshead win the ball back, and
That sums it up.
yeah, summed up the night. Couldn't find a Gateshead shirt, and the ball goes down towards the dead ball line. It's been kept in. I don't know how. Now, over the bar from Lucas Weaver. Well, that shows why you keep playing till the whistle, because the ball did not go over the line.
There's no point launching it.
No.
It's nowhere within 20 yards of Nouvel. Go.
We're 3 minutes into the added on time. We don't know how much added on time there is. We haven't had unless I've missed it, Mark, have we? I haven't seen a board go up. There's Costello.
Too many minutes.
Costello cuts in. Max Sheaf tries to win the ball. Marriott. Well, we're into the 4th minute now of added on time. You would hazard there's probably 4 or 5. As Costello was about to try and pull the trigger there, but Gateshead get it back to Brooks. Brooks carries it out the area, pings it up, and easily chested down by Golden and put straight up towards Brooks. Ball up towards Newbley, and well, his shirt was pulled. He's having to pull his shirt down, but Kirk threads the ball through, and that's a lovely run. Lucas pulls it across, and there's he puts off the woodwork on the far side. Crankshaw could have been 3. Gateshead bring the ball forward themselves now.
Genuinely looked easier to score.
I think he was probably on the outside of the post when he hit that.
Come on, ref, just blow the whistle.
Kirk has the ball, plays it down to Golden. Golden again, back to Kirk. Into the 5th minute. The referee thought he was going to blow his whistle there. He must have seen a foul, but he's played it on. There's a ball brought forward by Banks. Still full of run in the later stages of this game as Crankshaw has the ball. Banks has made a run through, shot away. A good save by Brooks and palmed away. But now Golden out to Kirk, left-hand side. They're hungry for the third. Altrincham, in it comes. Headed clear, falls on the far side of the box. Good save from Brooks. And it was Lucas Weaver. And there is the full-time whistle. Halloween arrived early here at Gateshead International Stadium in September. A horror show is the only way to describe the full 90 minutes. Yeah. Not what Gateshead fans want to see after a good run of games. And Mark, it's probably a dose of reality for Gateshead fans to realise that not every game you're going to get something out of.
That's exactly what it is. And, you know, they've come up against a side who are a very, very good side, but also one that are still finding their feet after a difficult summer, as Gateshead are. But I just thought there were too many Gateshead players that were 4s and 5s tonight, and it just wasn't good enough across the board. There was a couple who did all right. You know, Nouvel did all right, or Newbley did all right up top. As we've said, Johnson did all right. in spells, but apart from that, it was just too many were poor. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And really, there's got to be lessons learned from some of the young lads here tonight. You cannot drop your standards at this level, because if you do, it comes back to bite you where it hurts, and that's what's happened tonight. Now they've got to go walking on Saturday now, and it's got to be better right across the board, and I mean everyone.
It certainly has. Well, Mark, thank you very much for your company tonight. Thank you for your company on National League TV, on The Zone, and of course on our audio stream on the Heat Army podcast. We thank you for joining us, and as I say, we will be back for the next home game. I'm back with the Heat Army podcast tomorrow night at 8 p.m. live on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us. Altrincham, you'll be able to enjoy and savour this one tonight. Gateshead, lick your wounds and come back again stronger.
Gateshead Under-19s and LFA North team entertain FC Halifax Town.